Good afternoon. My name is Staff Sergeant Jeremy Manning. I'm going to give you a speech on why I think the Ten Commandments should not be posted in a public building. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of a religion or prohibiting the free exercise therefore, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. The right of the people to peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's quoted. That's the First Amendment of the Constitution. Today we're going to talk about three main points. That displaying only the Ten Commandments is in a public building is a violation of every American's First Amendment right. The second one, if the Ten Commandments are allowed to be displayed in a public building, text from every religion should be allowed to be displayed. And then thirdly, I'm going to give you some statistical data supporting the fact that not every American agrees with the displayment of the Ten Commandments in a public building. All right. In 1971, this is according to SupremeCourt.gov. In 1971, Lemon versus Kurtzman made three statements. The first one being the statute or practice has to be of a secular purpose, secular meaning of this world. Right? Its principal or primary effect neither advances nor inhibits religion, and thirdly, it does not foster an excessive government entangled with that religion. So pretty much saying that it cannot favor one religion over another, right? The next is in 1878, Supreme Court versus the United States. This is once again from SupremeCourt.gov. The Supreme Court used these words to declare that it may be accepted almost as an authoritative declaration of the scope and effect of the amendment thus secured. Congress was deprived of all legislative power over more religious options, but was left free to reach only those religious actions which were in violation of social duties or subversive of good order. And that's quoting Jefferson's Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom. So my second point, I'm going to quote Representative Don Arms, a Republican from Oklahoma. I think you've got to remember where you are. This is Oklahoma, the middle of the heartland. Once again, says Don Arms. I think we need to be tolerant of people who think different than us, but this is Oklahoma, and that's not going to fly here. He told that to HuffingtonPost.com on a current proposal to erect a satanic memorial in the heart of Oklahoma City. Another Oklahoma legislator, Representative Earl Sears, was quoted, an insult to the good people of the state. I do not see Satanism as a religion, and they have no place at the state capitol. Once again, that's Earl Sears, a representative from Bartlesville, Oklahoma. This is not what the First Amendment says about freedom of religion or freedom of speech. And these elected officials seem to not be supporting the Constitution of the United States. So if the Ten Commandments are allowed to be displayed, other texts from other religions should be allowed to be displayed as well. And then the third point. I found many different statistics while I was researching this subject. The first statistic comes from sermonalcentral.com, and that says 70% of Americans support the displaying of the Ten Commandments. The second website, Barna.org, gives 79% of Americans do not want the Ten Commandments taken down. 60% that strongly oppose taking them down, and 1 in 5, or 18%, think they should be taken down. So in conclusion, that only displaying the Ten Commandments is a violation of the First Amendment right. If the Ten Commandments are allowed to be displayed in a public building, text from every religion should be equally allowed. And I gave you some statistical data supporting the fact that not every American agrees with the Ten Commandments being displayed in a public building. And then I'm going to leave you with a quote. Religious freedom is too sacred a right to be restricted or prohibited in any degree without convincing proof that a legitimate interest of the state is in grave danger. And that comes from William Francis Frank Murphy. He was the Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court from January 18, 1940 to January 19, 1949. That concludes the speech. Thank you.